how are you going to implement and ground all these great ideas on developing new machines and so on in terms of financing?
The financing of it. Anyone want to take that?
Yeah,
Dave?
I can try. One thought on it is, I think if you, and I'll go back to Elon because he's a really good example, right? And one interesting picture you can sort of make is, here you have, if you take the United States for a minute, here you have a picture of 250 million cars, right? All using gasoline, basically, and a few propanes, but very little gasoline, right? Then now we have what, 35,000 or 40,000 electric, maybe more than that, cars, right? And the question you got to ask yourself: are you going to buy an electric car tomorrow? Like tomorrow, And how many people are going to buy? Because I just bought a brand new, SUV, right? Am I going to trade it in and go get an electric car? No. Is the construction industry going to do anything different? Probably not, right? Not unless they see a clear advantage, right? And we feel at Volvo, I mean, you have to think commercially, right? You do have to, and because of the sustainability environmentally. But I would suggest that once we're at that point where we see that entry point, that's a good entry point, and we can create the financing to help that, which we do. We have Volvo Finance Services. I think we look for that. So we do see it. I don't see it as tomorrow, click, turn on the light. We see it as it will be a transition, right? It will be some kind of movement. And it will be, when you saw this quarry, remember that's a contained site. It's got borders. That's an easier thing to do than standing in the middle of Munich doing a construction site. That's a different deal, right? But I think it will come in pieces. We do believe it will come in pieces because it's hard for an infrastructure to absorb all that. So I think it will be bit by bit. But remember, technology is moving, exponentially, right? Yeah. So you're going to see things probably step up, and there'll be some adoption. But it's still, you can't do it all at once. It's not possible. So. But we see it incremented, for sure.
Maybe one more question? Yeah.
I'd like to have it, one for Dave. We talk about the acceptance of the electric product. Yeah. And Tesla has now offered a new vehicle. Yep. How many did they sell in the first 24 hours?
Like 20,000, or no, 200.
275,000 in one day.
It's huge.
Is there acceptance of the idea of electrical mobility?
Yeah.
Obviously there is.
Yeah.
So that's my comment back just for the large group, that we're already there in terms of acceptance of the new technology. Yeah. The other one is for Stephen. Yeah. You mentioned the use of fly ash in concrete. Yeah. And I think that the industry takes a look at it that regulatory agencies allow you to use that as a part of the mix.
Exactly.
Why can't the regulatory agencies award you for using an appropriate amount? And that's because the cost of construction on concrete was 35% of the total pie chart. So just a comment.
Yeah, there's been a discussion, and actually in Sweden, the technical regulations concerning the concrete, building of bridges has been changed. So now it is allowed to use up to 20% fly ash or GGBS slag products from the steel industry. And that is quite new, just a couple of years ago, because previously it was only allowed 6% or something. And that's just because we used to do it like this. It's not because of you get a product that is worse in any way, because you can still meet all the quality requirements. But this is, I think, is a stepwise process as well. But you are quite right, and there are several hinders like this in the regulations that has to be dealt with also. Of course, yeah.
They have to keep up as well as the companies do. So with that, we're out of time, but the panelists will be around, so do grab them for any questions. Really wanted to thank Volvo for its leadership in what you're doing, but also in putting this topic on the map at this important event. And really, we should be hearing about this at every single panel that is held at such a major event. But I think, it was great because we heard about where we need to go in terms of the emissions profile from both Marty and myself. I think, we heard about a number of really exciting projects that are happening, and from WSP in the direction that we're starting to see. I think, delving into the specifics of one of the most ambitious projects across Europe, and how that will start transforming the rest of the industry, and then really hearing where we need to go next from Volvo, and we really want to see these electric sites. So I hope that's given you all a good picture of the fact that we should just get on with it and just start doing this now. There's no excuses. So
Let's go.
thank you, and hope to talk to all of you later. Thank you.